A big hello once again to everyone watching. Welcome back to City Skylines and welcome to our Leighbrook city over here in the heartland of Essex, which, you know, not the best place to start a city, but it doesn't matter. So in the last episode, what we did was we started a subway network, an underground network, which we decided to allocate with 96 stock trains, which also do have the sound mod for them, which does remind me I do have to change a few settings, so I also have some English sound mods. We also decided to start on our city centre, start getting some high density, expand our DLR network. Well, I say network, this is more a one-stop shuttle between the central station and the stadium. We also expanded our Leighbrook overground service. See, we can keep the LO, Brandon. Because the L doesn't stand for London, it stands for Leighbrook, which is the name of our city over here. With class 387s zooming about. However, today the agenda is we need to solve traffic because, by God, is it backed up over here in not really I guess the old centre, the old town centre. Also, on top of that, there are way too many people waiting for the bus over here. So I would actually like to see what route they're waiting for. It is for this magenta route, which only has single deckers on it. There's also 300 people actually waiting here for this route. So I feel like this is a route that probably needs a capacity upgrade. So we're going to replace the single decker MMCs with some double deck. I think we're going to get some Enviro 400 cities instead of MMCs. Now, to facilitate that, we are going to have to construct a new bus depot, because for some reason these are considered biofuel buses, which doesn't make much sense, but here we are. These are going to be hybrids, so they're going to be nice and green for the city. So what we're going to do is go back to the transport tab over here. Go back to transport tab, go over to the magenta line, which is bus route number 4. We're going to change its allocation to high capacity Nottingham City transport liveried hybrids, or maybe we should go for Stagecoach 400 hybrids, which are MMCs, but I think I'll stick with the cities for now. Here they are, leaving the depot. Immediately getting stuck in traffic, as per the way with this. So, in terms of actually fixing our traffic problems, which is a major issue for the city as it turns out, unfortunately. Hello Alex, hope you're doing well. I feel like, let's take a look at actually where these people are mostly going to. So, they're coming from the bridge, and a large majority of them are either coming over here to leave the city, going over to this commercial district we built, this shopping park, retail park even, that's the word. And a few of them are using it to go straight ahead. So I feel like what this requires is demolishing this thing over here, because we removed our pedestrian areas. Ignore the jank here, that's just UK mods. They do that. Actually, that also reminds me, I need to go in options, and I'm going to change my ambient sound pack. So that everything should be on London sounds. There you go. So if we come over to a hospital or a clinic, we should actually be able to hear some UK sirens. I mean, okay, these ambulances are also stuck in traffic, which is not ideal for the people stuck in the back actually dying. It does remind me, I should also go down over here. I'm going to replace the ambulances with UK spec ambulances. Again, trying to go more realistic for the city, even though, I mean, this is like a very American style hospital. In the UK, this would be more like a GP practice. Some other hospitals, we have one here and one here. So, change the ambulances on the GP practice. You're doing great, Alex. That's fantastic to hear. I am doing pretty alright. You know, I'm actually sort of pleased that the weather is actually looking up. It's really nice and sunny today compared to the past couple of weeks when it's been absolutely pouring it down. Also, hello, Tico. Good to see you. Oh, looks like our city's starting to burn down. That's less than ideal. Do we have any firefighters? We have no coverage in this part of the city. This is what happens when you have, well, a cheap government, or also a Tory government, pretty much. Kind of forgot about actually building some services, which I'm going to put over here since I can't really actually zone anything here. So there we go. This I'm also going to replace with some Scania what was that? P45s? P94Ds. Hopefully the city doesn't completely crumble down and we don't recreate the Great Fire of London. Except this will be the Great Fire of Leighbrook. Also, on top of that, we're also going to have to expand some more. The city is crying out for some more industrial zones, so I feel like I'll probably create another industrial park or maybe expand this one. This one is relatively small, so it would be an idea, something to do. We have this small little, like, hamlet just on the outskirts of Poplar, which we decided to name last time. Can't believe we are in April. I can't either. It's so strange because the last couple of days it's been really, really cold. Like this morning there was frost everywhere and now suddenly it's really sunny out. I don't understand the weather. It doesn't feel like it's April right now. But I'm also glad because spring is my favourite season. Gonna do some more zoning. Maybe go with the grass-lined road instead of just plain, you know, no lines at all. And get this zoned up like this. Don't connect them up. What is this? For a second there I thought that was a bus that just got lost. But nope, it's a lorry, so we don't need to care about them. Hopefully not many people use this as a rat run to actually cut through onto here and actually use this main roads. Also, just realised I was meant to be solving the congestion here. Also, quite a lot of people are deciding to use the small residential roads instead of the big main road. I don't understand that. I think I'm going to have to create a policy where only local traffic can use these roads. Just making sure this doesn't connect up with any main streets. So I'll zone this like this, and then this zone here, Vermont Hills, which again, I will absolutely happily take any name suggestions for stuff like this. Apparently this is Sheffield City, when not in Sheffield, this is Leighbrook. So I'm going to change the name of this immediately. Leighbrook City. Can also probably name this to Leighbrook Hills. Or should we go with Basildon Hills? There you go, Basildon Hills. Took me a little while to remember how to actually spell Basildon, which is a bit embarrassing for me, but there we go. So, in terms of city planning, what I shall do is... Where is it? Old Town? So, only residents and businesses can use the area for motor vehicles. So we can stop creating these rat runs. And hopefully people will instead use the main roads, which has the capacity for all this traffic. I will also create a little bypass using some motorway on-ramps from here. Try not to demolish too many businesses. So what this will do is this will bypass the main road up here to then connect up over here if you want to leave the city, or go straight ahead into this industrial zone over there like that. This is less than pretty and it sort of hides away the car problem, but what this will do is mean less traffic will actually use these surface roads and less traffic will actually be using this roundabout. So this will only be for mostly local traffic, hopefully. But in this direction, you still have to use it to come down here. What is the speed limit of this tunnel? It's 35 miles per hour. Since this is a motorway, I suppose we can allow it to be 50 to actually encourage people to use it instead of the surface streets. Make sure it's all 50 miles per hour. And then also change it so that cars are not crossing over the traffic like this. You can't actually turn from this road onto here. There we go. I feel like this largely solves the problem. Although maybe not. Yeah, this has largely solved it. So now I feel like maybe it'll be ideal to expand this industrial zone a bit. So I'll go with a one-way road. Suppose we can go with this one. Since this is industrial zone and it will be... Oh, there's random slivers of homes here on the main roads. Right next to... Well, I don't even know what this is. An ice cream shop? A Dunkin' Donuts ripoff? Not sure. Then we have a Jubilee building here. If you want the underground, you're far off from it. So I'll expand this up until... Well, actually probably up until about there. Connect it up like this, probably. So this will continue the grid pattern, whereas over here we're going to have more free-flowing, since it is going to be a residential zone, and we don't really want the boring monotony of just grids. We're not America. I kind of don't want to create another junction here, because then that will be a bit too close to these junctions. I sort of do want the junction to be up here. But then that does mean there is a large gap here, which we can fill in with a park, actually. Maybe instead actually get a road here. Like this. That will be like a dead-end cul-de-sac. Okay, maybe don't connect up like this. Connect it up more like that. So there we go. Gonna be an absolute pain in the rear to actually get a bus service down here. But you know what? Problems for future me. Also, hello, Crazy. Absolutely fantastic to see you here. How are you doing? I am currently ripping my hairs out at trying to design a new road network for the cars here, and they're immediately using this as a rat run. You know what? I don't want to create a low traffic neighborhood, an LTN, because that won't get me popular with the voters. But I also don't want cars to be using it as a rat run, so I'm sort of stuck in between a hard place and a rock right now. Do I want to connect this up? I kind of don't want to, but debating, honestly. Create a road that runs along there like that, just to expand this industrial zone a bit. Change this into a two-way road so that cars don't just get stuck and then shout at me. There you go, create a new entrance down there. Create some more grids for this expanded industrial area, which apparently I haven't connected to anything. Would be ideal if I actually did connect it, I find. Make that two ways, I guess. Have this then connect up like this. Ideally, trying to minimize the amount of actual connections to the main road network there is, because that will slow everything down, create more traffic. So we have industry, demand. Oh, I also just realized this is horrendously gridlocked. That is less than ideal. I wonder what's causing this. These seems to be mostly garbage trucks. We have a never-ending sea of garbage trucks. Bought Big Ambitions today, and yes. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear. I actually don't know what Big Ambitions is. I don't know if I've actually ever heard of that. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. You know what? Gonna expand this. Some more industry over here. I don't think the road network can actually handle this industry, sadly. What is largely causing this? What are they using this as? Hold on. Actually, I want to look at the routings. I think they're using this as a cut through. Yeah, they are. They're largely using this to cut through from here. Well, it seems to be just to travel from here to over here, which is just unfortunate. Why are they doing that? Honestly, I feel like it would be ideal to create another bus route that probably starts over here and then goes through here, cuts through this new industrial area, and then terminates at this retail park. And then create another route that will go through here and through here, which will be another, maybe not high density. I think this will still be a low density neighborhoods. Also having the Cities in Motion 1 soundtrack playing right now. This is instant classic. One of the very first transport orientated games I actually played. Really got me, well, really built up a love for this genre of game. Because then I got Cities in Motion 2, and then obviously Colossal Order, sorry, decided to create a SimCity, well, competitor, which I'm playing today. Zone some more commercial along these roads. I do have to create also a buffer zone between the industry and where people actually live. So I will probably zone this as offices, which I shall make sure they aren't high rises, because offices tend to be high rises. I want to save that for the city centre in popular even. Keep saying popular region. Then zone the rest of this as housing, low density housing. Try not create such a sprawling suburbs. Oh, it's a business management game in early access. You know what? I might actually try that out on stream one day. Is it anything like what was the name of the game? Software Inc., which I think was also, well, I mean, that was more a game dev management game. Like, you manage a game development company. But if it's anything like that, then that's 100% something up my alley as to what I would play. Okay, so create this new bus route, as well as it might also be worthwhile actually creating a new metro route that sort of starts at the stadium, maybe connects up to the this train station, and then cuts through Daffodil Park to then go through this new industrial zone and then terminate at the retail park. I'm sort of toying with that idea. I'm not 100% certain if I'm sold on it, if there's the demand really for a subway route, for an underground route that does that, or if maybe it should just be a bus route, but a bus route that's sort of long for a bus route. I do feel like, however, it would be worthwhile creating a route that sort of goes over here and then stopping outside the metro station to have some common stops. And then, do I want to run it down through? You know what? I do want to run it through here, following the same stops as this blue route, then cutting through here, serving a stop on the main road, then coming into this industrial area to serve this, cutting through this new residential before coming up through here. Actually, coming up through the main road, because there's going to be more commercial built alongside here, before then continuing up to this retail park, which I'm only doing because it seems like a lot of people actually are driving here, which we want to discourage as much as humanly possible. Connect this up over here. This route, I feel like, would be pretty busy. So it would probably be worthwhile actually allocating double-deckers to it. Get this going up over here, connect up to the metro, and then terminate it over here by this little cul-de-sac, which didn't have a bus service before. So this route, we're going to put the high capacity E400 cities, or should we go with the regular MMC First Platinum ones or First Express ones? Never heard of Software Inc., but you basically are in New York City and you're trying to become rich by opening loads of shops. Oh right, I see, it's that sort of business game, right. Software Inc. was, well, it's still in early access, but it is you manage a game dev tycoon. It's actually pretty much like Game Dev Tycoon, if you ever heard of that, because that's also its own standalone game. But it's a lot more micromanagey than Game Dev Tycoon. This route is horrendously busy. There's 200 people waiting for it over here. This cross-river route. I feel like this either needs some more support, or we replace this with a metro service. And I think it's probably going to be the latter. So, since there's a stop here already, since this is dual tracks, we're going to keep that and then go over to the Metro tab. Create some lovely Leslie Green, I think, stations. So have a station over here. Have it cut across over here. Then over to here before connecting up to the Metro again over here. And then probably, do we want it running alongside? I suppose we do, since it will go underneath like that. And then, it's a good question as to where the next stop should be. I suppose over here. It'll make it really difficult to actually tunnel underneath here before terminating it at this station over here. This bus route just needs all the support it can get, to be honest. E400 cities, change it up a bit. You do make a good point. I am actually going to do that. We'll put E400 cities instead. We'll put the Nottingham City branded ones. Also, I've realised I haven't plumbed up this area, so all these people are gonna die of thirst. Can't have that. Not because, you know, death is bad or anything, but because that means less tax revenue for me. That's mostly why I don't want to kill them off and have them die of dehydration. And yes, that is the only reason why I'm actually plumbing up water and connecting up sewage to their places. So we have, I suppose these are the offices. Yep, these are the offices that are being built here. On top of that, I feel like another new bus route that actually comes through this area would be beneficial. It probably should start in this stadium sort of district. Probably actually make it connect out in front, then it will go round here, connect up through here. Serve the main roads before then stopping off by the metro station to duck in over here to come past, I think that's a high school, that might also be a university, I'm not actually 100% certain. Coming down through here, connecting up to this new metro station before connecting up around here, and then coming up around here to follow the path of this bus route. Probably ducking in through here for good measure. More coverage around here, and then terminating it. See, this is very much just around the block kind of route, so I'm not 100% certain. Actually, I say that. Never mind. Bring it down here, and then it can terminate up here. Since this is a lovely little cul-de-sac where it can terminate. This route really is just a support route, pretty much. That's all that it's for, just to support this light, sort of purplish coloured route, because it is very busy. Connect it up there, whilst also trying to add in some new connections. This route will 100% need the capacity, so we're going to go with Stagecoach branded Enviro 400 hybrids. There we go. That should support this route over here. Its main core, I think, actually is... So plenty of people waiting over here. Where was the stop of 200 people waiting? That stop was... The stop over here has a ton of people waiting as well, but it does seem like we are slowly moving the people, so I'll increase the PVR by 2. Yes, I've heard of Game Dev Tycoon and used to play it. The game is by the same people that made Startup Company. Oh, yes, I have actually heard of Startup Company. Ah, that makes sense, actually, then. Startup Company was actually something I was meaning to play, but I never got around to actually buying it and installing it. So, yeah, that is actually interesting. This route over here is very busy. 300 people waiting over here, so... Again, I feel like this needs a PVR increase. Increase that to 16, increase it by 3. This area over here, I feel like this little village... they are actually utilising the bus pretty well, considering that's a half-laden, half-full bus. 42 people out of 100. That's really good, actually. Might also be worthwhile actually extending our little DLR service to add in a stop here, since it seems pretty busy. Add in a stop here, then a stop probably for this industrial area. So I actually will get around to doing that. This will sort of be like Watford on the Metropolitan line, where it's the station's out in the suburbs and it doesn't really make much sense. It's in between housing instead of it being in like a major town centre. But yeah. So get a UK generic station in here. It would also sort of require this bus route to be diverted to actually serve it, because it would be less than ideal to not have any route actually connect up to it. So what I shall do is connect this up through here, add in a stop like this, and then probably move this. So move that stop up to there, remove this stop. So all we're doing is just really expanding the loop it does. And this is sort of close enough to the station where people can walk to it. And then for now... Oh, actually, instead of doing that metro idea, I've just had a thought. I could actually extend the DLR from here. It'll stop off to here and then add in a new station over here at this retail park. I feel like that would be justified. I mean, it would also have to have a new... Not new, but just a road out to it. So probably... Okay, maybe not quite like that. Like just a little side roads connecting it up like this. You know what? Might as well just have it connect up to the main street instead. And have it just raised up a bit so that it's on top of this warehouse over here. Move that like that and then move this down a bit. There we go. You would have thought, since we're expanding this this retail park and we're adding a station to it, new connections, we'd actually demolish this warehouse and move it out of here because it looks abandoned. It's sort of an eyesore in the area, but nope. Fictionally, this game is this building is going to be listed, and it's going to stay here for heritage reasons. And to be fair, it does seem to be occupied. It's not actually abandoned. So have that come through here. Then ideally you'd want a station here to make it really easy to connect up. So I then shall put an overground station here as well. Connect this up with the rest of our network. So now it's complaining of the slope being a bit too steep. What's the frequency of this underground? This game doesn't really do, well, frequency like that. You can't really set a timetable, but we currently have a PVR on our underground route of four trains. And it goes from here down through this residential zone, around the city centre, to the sort of leisure stadium area, then into the city proper, which is where it terminates over here. Its frequency, I'd say, is probably I'd fictionally say probably about every 20 minutes, so it's not quite metro frequency yet, but that's also because it doesn't really justify being any more frequent. Every single train sort of is holding about 100 people, which is good, don't get me wrong, but other metros I have done sort of have hit peak capacity even with 500 capacity vehicles. Which does remind me to also actually expand that metro service that we had over here, because we have the stations in place, but there's no metro. But instead of doing that, I shall actually finish off this railway service, this DLR extension, since fictionally that's what runs over to this station over here. So we shall extend it, create a new branch of the railway to go over here. This shall then continue on, maybe connecting, well, I was going to say connecting up, but sort of does need to do its own thing. So I'll get it to go up and over here. This, what is this building that is sunken in here? Oh, it's a fire station, of course. So we're going to have this extend over there. So it's going over the fire station. That's a road. Don't want to connect up a road to our railway, not just yet. So we'll connect up over like, oh. Now it's sort of not really heading in the right direction to connect up to the station like this. Now it's complaining about space being occupied. Okay, so to get this to sort of work, I'm going to have to bodge it just a bit. Get that to go over here. And then lower this down a bit. It's not horrendously high. I mean, lorries can sort of get underneath there. I'm going to raise this. There we go. So lorries are still able to actually get underneath that. Get this. Oh, no, it's complaining about collisions. Okay, there we go. Demolish this and connect it up like that. I mean, it's sort of a bit janky now because it has to go up and then down again, which is just not ideal. So I'm going to lower this down so it doesn't have to change in elevation so much, which trains don't like doing. Ideally, trains want the flattest possible surface. Also, hello DJ. Maybe if there were more metro trains, more people would use the metro. I have experimented with that. This is also horrendously backlogged. Huh. Okay, this is another thing that I would have to fix eventually. Yes, no. I have experimented with that. I have found that if you increase the frequency of the metro, it doesn't really change how many people want to use it that much. It does increase it, so I can increase the PVR by 2, add in 2 new extra trains. Sod it. 400 people are using it every single week. 7 tourists, I don't know where they're coming from. Or where they're going to, because I don't think we have any tourist attractions actually in the city yet. Although, in saying that, we can add some, and we shall eventually, probably around this area. Since this is a train station, we have our overground. Oh, it's actually the overground that comes here. It's not the DLR. Whoops. Anyway, this will be an extension to our overground service. Almost creating actually an entire loop. So get that to go over this industrial what's it called, train station. There we go. And then this is going to go up and over, and curve over there, and then connect up like that. Now extend the line from its current terminus over here all the way over down to here, adding in stops at the industrial zone, this little village, and then also adding in a couple more stops here. So the frequency of this overground service, now I'm going to add in 6 trains because it's quite long. It's 14 kilometers long. What am I doing? I am currently just expanding our rail network in Leighbrook. There we go. And this is the first train to actually go onto the new extension with 9 people actually on board, which is pretty good. for a new extension that literally just opened. There's already people actually waiting here for the train in the opposite direction. 3 people are continuing on to the retail park. It would also be ideal probably to add in more stops, add in more buses actually. Although this just seems to be clogging everything up, which is unfortunate. Does look like we probably should add in some more. I was going to say, I don't want to do in America and add in more lanes, because that's just going to induce demand. I don't want to do that. But coming back to the city, actually expanding our metro service. So, oh gosh, this is going to be actually so painful to get across here. Seems the easiest option is to make it come up to go back down. This is the most janky metro you'll ever see in your life. It has a level crossing in the middle of high density residential zoning. Simply just so that it can go over. Hold on, there. Just so that it can go over the metro station that's here. Yep, this is pure jank, but can't really expect anything less. Okay, so the problem is I've added a metro station here and here. Even though it'll be better to connect them up like this and then continue this on straight down here. Oh, it's going to be such a pain to actually connect that up to this, so I suppose I will just have to change the plans and just connect it up, avoiding that other station. And then this will be just like a faster service, like a Victoria Line-esque service. So that if you actually probably want to go into the city, you don't have to wait and go the long way round. You can just cut on through. This can also have some 96 stock trains. Go over, change its allocation. I could also add some DLR stock. I could add Class 710s, which have higher capacity than the Jubilee Line stock trains, but they also don't have custom sounds. Going to switch the device. Okay, see you in a bit. This is really ugly. I mean, it is sort of interesting just seeing like an underground train just pop up occasionally, but it is also going to slow down our bus service. Pros and cons to everything we do here. So next up, what we shall do is, I'm actually going to expand this. Is this tram track road? It is tram track road continuing on. So I'm going to expand this tram track road. Which one is it? It is this one over here. There's also some ruins up here, which we're going to have to avoid. So I'll continue to up probably in this direction, I'd want to say. For connecting this up, well, not really, it's not going to be connected up yet, but it will. I'll just plop it here for now. So this sort of looks like a valley, so this is going to be a bit difficult to actually properly zone and not create horrendous inclines. But that does create all the more reason as to why you'd want to use public transport if we do provide it, or drive otherwise. I mean, you're not really going to want to cycle or walk up these places. In terms of actual tourist attractions, it would be ideal to start placing some taller buildings here. So I'm going to place probably this building. I mean, it sort of is out of place here, but I shall also add some other tall buildings whilst here. Could add also like a little spire. I mean, this sort of is the highest point in the city. Again, it's Essex. It's not exactly, you know, like Snowdonia. This is pretty flat. But this is like the tallest part of the map. So it would be sort of where you would see a spire, but then got to think about how it looks on the cityscape. Which I do feel like if we put it here instead, it's sort of like in the middle of the city with some other high-rises around it. What would happen if the bus is stuck on the crossing and the tube popped out of nowhere and hit the bus? Well, in that case, everyone on the bus would die a horrible fiery death. Oh, as a matter of fact, this lorry was almost brave enough to actually demonstrate it. No, sadly, this game doesn't actually simulate that. As much as I wish it did, because it would be entertaining to see that. As you saw, if the barriers go down, like, once it started crossing, it will just continue on to the other sides. Also, hello, welcome back, DJ. Yeah, so you're never actually going to see... What's it called? You're never going to see vehicles ignore the level crossing and drive through it. Which isn't realistic, because people are dumb and do that in real life. Sadly gonna have to remove this tree line. Sorry for bursting your eardrums with the sound of demolition. There we go. So it would be nice to also create a little connection. Actually, it would probably be better to place this like that. There we go. So now this sort of does have a view of the rest of the city. So I have the spire up here. Would also probably be great if I zoned the area around here, but then there's plenty of train tracks. This would probably be... You got open TTD. I'm glad I could... I'm glad you did. Honestly, it's a very fun game, I find. Oh, they're complaining about power. Why? What have I done? Oh, you know what? It's because I've disconnected this area, which actually is producing a lot of the power for the city. That would be why. That makes sense. But then also, what do we have airports unlocked? We do, or do we not? Where is the level 1 airport? Well, you know what? We don't have an airport area. So what we're gonna do is actually create an airport. Sort of do need like really fast, easy links into the city, which I feel like this area would provide. So what I'm actually going to do is demolish this janky roads, because I don't actually like its jank. Sorry to offend it. Remove that. So I feel like, since this area is pretty flat, this is probably... Actually, no, around here is where the airport is going to go. This is very flat. This has easy connections onto the motorway, which isn't going to be important because we're going to also have a rapid high-speed line from the city centre to this airport. So we're then going to replace this with a dual carriageway, 3-lane one, since after all this is going to be connecting up to the airport, so I imagine it will have quite a lot of traffic. Get this down onto the road, replace this with the dual carriageway. Continue this on straight down here. So that will connect up like this. Then, do we really want to have this A road running through here? I guess we do. Replace this so it's, again, bit less janky. For now, this will be an A road, but eventually it'll probably be replaced with something more substantial. Have it connect up to the dual carriageway like that. I don't feel like this will be heavily trafficked, so yeah. The Leighbrook Express, yes, and I also have Class 800s, absolutely cracking trains, bedumptish, which I can run on the Airport Express. Can get a straight line down like that. Oh, that's actually very interesting. I didn't realise that. Oh, that's actually really like that. I didn't realise these country roads had bridge supports that were sort of like this, brick style. Okay, so for this airport area, it will be connected up with dual carriageways like this. And now if we go over to the zoning, then zone a new airport zone. Get this over here. place this all around here. It's going to be a bit of an eyesore at first, but I will clean it up eventually. Mostly because, as you can see, it requires a very, very flat surface. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to relay this road, which is going to be instead a... where is it? Tree-lined road, like this. Because I don't actually want a dual carriageway. I can't actually place buildings alongside that. So this... why is it called dual carriageway when it's 3 lanes in both directions? Well, that's the reason why. It's because there's a carriageway this direction, there's a carriageway this direction, whereas if you look at something like... actually, perfect example is the road over here. Actually, technically this is also a dual carriageway, but... that's actually a bad example. Whoops. This also has a separation in the middle. Hang on. There are roads that don't... if they don't have a separation in the middle, they're not dual carriageways. I mean, okay. Technically these are considered dual carriageways as well, because you do have the separation in the middle, but in practice, they'd never be actually called that. This is actually a proper dual carriageway because both carriageways are actually separated. Also, going to make sure you can't turn right over there. And then this lane can go straight ahead like that. Make sure this doesn't cross over. There we go. So if you want to go straight ahead, well, you're tough out luck. You're going to have to come down here and then turn into this road and then basically take a massive detour. My day's been fantastic. I'm glad to hear that yours has been good as well, DJ. Gonna create this like this. So this is going to be the airport area. It would probably be ideal also to create maybe a roundabout around here, since I feel like there will be a cargo airport as well, but this is beyond the scope of what I'm planning on doing. So what I shall do is then add that and then get a bus lane road. Oh, there are any bus lane... there aren't really, so I'm going to have to use the base game stuff. Bus lane one-way roads. So that I can... that's not really what I want to go with. Because I want it to be a bit less... a bit more gentle even, not less gentle. Get that like that, and then get it... ugh. This game sometimes, honestly. Okay, well, you know what? Fine. There you go, have it more like this. And this is temporary because once you get up to level 3, I think, airport, that's when you get the higher capacity terminals, which I shall use instead. Continue this straight on. I would ideally like it if it could go down onto the ground. Now it's complaining about the space being occupied, which I don't see it. Okay, there we go. Really having to hack around. Okay, create some space for this to actually join up like this, and then connect that up in such a way so that it isn't complaining as much. There we go. So we have both terminals. To connect this up, we shall also add in a train station on the opposite side of the road. Or maybe a metro. Actually, we're quite far from the city, so the metro isn't going to extend quite this far. Actually, it would be worthwhile actually looking at some of the hubs now that I think about it. Multi-level metro hub? No. Is there a train and metro hub? Harbour bus monorail hub? That would actually be... I'm actually probably going to use that over here. Actually, I just realised. Ferry hub? No. Bus, train, tram hub? Ideally not what I'm looking for. Although maybe, actually. Yeah, you know what? Fine. We're going to have a train and a tram connecting up to here. Maybe a long-stay parking shuttle using E200 MMCs and a few other local airport routes. For change, we can use stagecoach vehicles and say we won the contract. Yeah, that's true. True, but it's not capacity, it's... What? I don't understand what you're saying. But yes. So in terms of the airport, now what we're going to have to do is... Oops, that's blimps. Where are the terminal buildings? Hold on. Have you recognized this airport? There we go. Okay, so now we can create some terminals. We have plenty of space over here. So firstly, we're going to create a terminal that just follows the line of the road like this. Before then also continuing on up through here. And also, again, I shall take name suggestions for this airport. More than welcome to actually have a few of those. I mean, for now, it'll be pretty basic, but I shall change it up when we unlock more goodies. Higher level stuff. Get 2... Okay, maybe 2 is a bit extra. I don't need quite that many airport control towers. Get the runway in place, which is over here. We shall have a takeoff runway in this direction, and then a landing one over here to service both sides of the airport. And for now, we can only have small little stands. Get a couple of these around here. Again, for now, this is somewhat temporary because at level 3, when you unlock everything, I can design something a bit better than this. Get this over like that. Problem is, can't really reach that. Also, actually, would need to get it in this direction instead. Okay, doesn't want to connect up. Can it connect up like this? No, it cannot. Okay, so over here instead, I'm going to demolish that, and I'm just going to place some decor, some fake planes parked up. Place that like this. There we go. Maybe not 2 of the same planes. Vary it up. There we go. So you get a... Oh, it doesn't even list what plane it is, but I'd imagine... I can pretend this is like an A320neo. Call it Leighbrook International. Yes, I shall actually. That is... What it's going to be so for the moment. Whoops. Would be great if I could spell. There we go, Leighbrook International. Then also get the taxiway. So connect this taxiway up to the runway like that. This over here. Pretty much connect it up like this. Again, it's a bit of a mess for now, but this I'm only doing this just to get to level 3, and then I'm going to pretty much demolish everything here. Apart from the outside, because I might actually keep this. I'll just redesign the actual airport area. Leighbrook City Airport, as it's brand new, but eventually rename it to Leighbrook International as it become more popular. A321, probably actually. Leighbrook, yeah, you know what, Leighbrook City instead of International, because it's probably going to be local flights for now. All around, I was going to say Essex, but you kind of hope that there are flights further afield than that. Does need to connect up with the rest of the power grids of the city. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's really high as well. Oh, I do need to landscape this area to actually make it look a bit nicer.
You're listening to Cities Radio,
serious? Just complaining about space being occupied. How is the space being occupied there? Come on. You know what? Before I do anything, I'm actually going to landscape this because it's going to annoy me otherwise. Actually get this to try flatten out at least a bit. Flatten this just so that can be smoothed and there's less of just like a notable gradient. It's not a cliff face. Also change that. I mean, here there is honestly not much I can do about this. I can try and flatten this. I mean, this runway I don't think I'm going to remove, so it should be fine doing this. Sell off all the soil. And then, do we have any... I would like to actually put some keys along here, because I feel like that would sort of make it look proper as like a sort of a fence, so you know it's like an airport area. But unfortunately, this needs an actual coastline in order for me to put it here. Although in saying that, I can build walls, like, yeah, walls and fences. But the problem is nothing looks super industrial. Like, that's just pathetic for an airport. That's also pathetic for an airport. There's another fire. Just say a plane slammed into the ground. Oh, no, I can't even delete this. Are you? Oh, this game is just... It's taking the pee, honestly. It's just mocking me now. Like, come on. I want to let me remove this wall mistake I've made. Ugh. You know what? I'm just gonna put that there to remind me of my failure. I really do want to build a quay, but it would involve like flooding this area so that I could get a coastline along here. Because as I said, like, get a quay there and then put a fence on top of it. On top of it, that just feels perfect. Also, hello, Will. Don't know if there's any workarounds for that. Put something like this, and then if I try copy it, maybe. Get the two nodes. Okay, never mind. Don't get that tree. Oh, okay. I have actually grabbed a key piece. Will it allow it to be placed? Okay, it does. Okay, this is a workaround. It's a bit of a janky one, but this will work. There we go. So get this over like this, and then I mean, I do sort of want it to maybe like that, and then continue this over around here in such a way so it follows the shape of the motorway. More like that, I'd say. And then there you have just sort of like a wall around the perimeter of the airport. Get that going like that. It does sort of just end here, which is, again, unfortunate. Which I do want to fix. Which I can fix by copying and pasting another one of these. Place that there for now, and then I can edit its nodes. Get this over here. Also, is playing the Cities in Motion soundtrack again. Oh, it likes to pop out of existence if I look at it funny. Get this to not have a seizure, ideally. Sort of join up to here. And then it's gonna go down like that. There we go. So it's sort of like a massive wall there as the motorway ducks down. Then on top of it, there shall be a fence, which is over here. Walls and fences. So we do want a proper... Oh, airport fence isn't unlocked yet. So I was just playing around with the airport, like the perimeter of the airport. That's what I'm doing. See, as you're along this, the motorway, you have this wall over here. Just feels a bit more like an industrial, pretty much. I haven't also finished this actual airport zone yet. I will let it run for now. Isn't it connected? Why isn't it connected? Ugh, dear lord. Okay. Connect it up. This is the jankiest thing I've done in a long while. But, yeah, connect it up like that. Then, in the airport area, we can add in some hotels. And also some high-density commercial, because you have plenty of those around the airport. I mean, it's more hotels, actually, you have around the airport, but that's beside the point. So, around here, you'd have some more roads. Some guidelines, ideally. Also, maybe not have it be so straight. There we go. So that will be the main sort of hotel zones. Connect it up. Not really liking the look of that, honestly. Okay, so it's finally connected up with power. The airport zone. Maybe, again, don't really want it to be so curved. I mean, to be so straight. Just looks a bit weird. So maybe have the road actually curve around here instead. Not really like that. Okay, it would be ideal. Okay, there we go. Something like that, maybe. I think I'm really just getting a bit too pedantic about how I want this to look. Have it follow this train line actually for a bit. I mean, this shall be like it's an entire own district. Do you know when City Skylines 2 is coming, or any ideas? You need an airport area for hotels. I am aware of that. Connect that up like this. Leave a large area for some high-speed rail network. There we go. That's a bit better. So now, this is not plumbed up? Oh. Yeah, it ain't. Okay, get that over there. And then for the airports. As it turns out, they also need a flat area, which I don't really understand, but we're here now. I mean, this area doesn't really need to be flat, so I'm going to revert it back pretty much. And then also put some hotels. Pretty much on the opposite ends of the airport. Although, actually, I'll just put it over here instead. So It's right. Not enough money. So we're completely broke. Looks pretty nice so far. Thanks. Just unfortunate. This is somewhat bankrupting us. Gonna put up taxes to pay for this. Take out some loans. There we go. Now we have 300 grand. Why are they complaining about sewage? Seriously? Ugh, we don't have sewage capacity. So I kind of don't like the shite creek that is forming here, so I'm going to try use some greener sewage treatment. Which I thought this was, but apparently it isn't. Since this is sort of like a commercial area, I'm going to put some sewage outflow pipes down here. These aren't connected with anything, but I can connect them like that. So this will connect up to, that road connects up to the city, to the airport, so that's fantastic. Put that like that. Now, add in a few cut-throughs. There we go. And now, can add in, I do tend to also like put in, where is the building? So what's this? Commercial zone landmark. Yep, this is 100% what this zone is going to be, so I'm definitely going to put this here. Connect that up like that. I kind of want to put it more like that. There we go. You don't have connections in this game. You need a convention center. A convention center? Do you mean a stadium? Because if so, I do actually have one at the moment. It's over here. I'm just doing an airport zone, which doesn't make much sense because I don't have that many tourists. I have a level 3 airport in a survival city in City Skylines 1. Hey, that's good actually, to be honest. So this zone is going to be high density commercial along the main road, and then also I'm going to add in some actual offices since we're in desperate needs for more industry. So that is what these zones back here are going to be. Create a few cut-throughs like this. And then follow the curve of this road over here. But this will continue on over here. Create a few cul-de-sac dead ends. Maybe make it look a slight tad better than that. There we go. Then create some cut-throughs like this. This shall follow the railway a bit more. And then what I shall do is create both a shuttle bus service and also a tram network. And for the tram, I feel like I was going to say maybe to send it into the city centre, but that is a bit like yikes of an idea, to put it lightly. So zone in some more offices. That will be what this area is. Whilst also probably put in some more actual landmarks in. I shall also put... Where is the building I am looking for? But yeah, no, it is actually... It's pretty easy to get a level 3 airport. What on earth is... Oh, disaster memorial. Ideally, you wouldn't want this outside an airport. I feel like that's sending the wrong message. We can also put a clock tower, which I'm going to put over into this tiny little village over here. This will be the center of it. They have a little clock tower, the highest point over there. Then also over here, continuing on with... Where is it? There it is, this one. The Grand Mall. Which I always feel like is like a good centerpiece for my airport district. However, in saying that, I haven't really like left the space for it. But I do feel like this would be a good area to actually put it in. So I shall put it in over here and then move it over so that it is sort of like up here. Now, ignoring the parking and whatnot, the shape of the building does actually fit in this area like this. Over like that. there have been also a few cities where I've actually cut through like a motorway through the center of this building here and the gap over here, and then brought it to the other side. A war memorial would be nice. Let's say convention hall. Yeah, that's true actually. A war memorial would be nice. Where is a Plaza of the Dead? Statue of Shopping. Another plaza. Statue of Wealth. Statue of Wealth as you enter in this area might be nice as well, honestly. I'll have one just over here. Complaining about the slope. Get this over like that. Facing towards this. There we go. Okay, so they're complaining about water. I shall plumb them all in to get them to shut up for 2 seconds. There we go. Make a railway go through that building. You know what? That is actually a fun challenge that I like the idea of, so I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to move it over here, rotate the building so that its gap is... Oh, this is going to be a challenge. Let's keep rotating it so that... ideally, it sort of needs to be like this, but then it's like cutting into the road here. See, if they could swap over the railway and tram tracks over here, it would be perfect like this. Because now what I'm going to have to do is duck this in over like that, which I don't want to do. But you know what? I'm actually going to just make the railway cut through there. Then push this back a bit so that I can add in another node. There we go. So now there's two... Okay, no, the game has literally just made it into one separate node. Okay. Game, ideally I don't want you to do that because I do actually want two separate nodes here. Okay, there we go. So cut this in through here. Cut this in like up there. Now, in order to make it not look absolutely horrendous, what we shall do is then also... It will actually need to... It does need to actually go up though quite a bit. I mean, you can't... I can make it go straight underneath like this. Or I can make it go over the top. Which I feel like is probably the better solution. So it comes up like this. But then obviously that means that over here it will then just be horrendously too high. I mean, might be better to just duck it down, honestly. Hold on, I'm going to bring it back up and actually bring it over here and then create another node point for it. Oops, like that. Since I do need more than one node, get this going over here. See, so what this does is, you know what, it's not absolutely horrendous, actually, when I look at it. Make it cut through here like this. There we go. So it's something, so it's a railway that kind of just goes up and then goes straight back down. I mean, that does look somewhat bonkers actually with how high it is. Okay, no, so what I want to try instead is, what if we duck it underneath? So it runs through and then goes onto the ground pretty much here. Also, hello, Valentino. A roller coaster, no. Does it give you the option to place a rental car facility at the airport? It does not. But you do have some settings where it's, if we go over here to policies, you can have car rentals. Which adds incomes, it adds to your income from tourists, but does create a really bad traffic problem in your city. There we go. You know what, I feel like that isn't too bad. Oops, and then it's put it straight back up. I actually want it to go onto the ground. that. Probably actually move it more towards down here. There we go. And then, well, now it's going to have to bridge over. Although, to be fair, since this is already on a pretty steep gradient, it's not going to have to bridge too much over. There we go. Cut it through like this. I mean, that does sever the power connection. I mean, okay, this isn't like the smoothest train route, but you went on transport in London today. Oh, what did you go on? You should make a tourist area to get a lot of attraction. That is what I'm planning on making this area be. Almost like a proper... that's sort of in the way though, so I want to move that more like this. Yeah, I'm sort of going to make this area into a tourist area, so people are actually attracted to visit here in general. And for the tourist area, I am actually also going to probably put it here as well. In terms of this express railway line, though, I have realised just how convoluted this area is with different like transport options. The amount of bridges. This is going to need to duck in over there like this, for then continuing it on straight and then going over like that. There we go. So that now this can basically just run straight on into the city. Although in saying that, since it is an airport express route, get it to go down like that. It would be ideal if it connected up into the main hub, so get it. Bridge over here. And then connect it up over here. This does also then create a problem of a bridge over a bridge, which I don't usually like, so I'm gonna try mitigate that, actually put this down a bit sooner. There we go, so that we're not bridging over a bridge. Space already occupied, sure, if you insist. Get this go down like that, which will then, okay, this is very tight in space. It'll be really hard to actually send this up without it looking ridiculous. So then also what I shall have to do is probably duck this down so that it ducks down just a tad over here. So there's a bit of a gradient. Connect that up like that. This has a tad bit of a gradient. And now it's complaining of the slope being too steep. Yikes, okay. Will this complain about this? It doesn't. This also doesn't look the best. Oh man. Trying to get this to not absolutely suck. I mean, honestly, I think that's the best it's gonna be. Get that to be more of a straight line like that. So then this is the airport express route, which we shall connect up to our main termini. Also just realized it would probably be ideal if we extended it to the stadium, because that would be a massive draw of people. But hey ho. So in terms of actual rolling stock, what we shall do is then also put the class 800 on this. Where are they? The class 800 generic. See if it spawns in. There it is. You can also change the color of the train with the line color. So make it more of a... You know what? We shall actually use like a Lumo blue color. Lumo was a bit... There we go. So we now have like a cheap rail operator, Lumo, operating the Airport Express. No bridge and double-decker crashes into it. Can you place a petrol station near the airport when they return their rental back? Yes, I actually can. I do have... Where is it? Where is the petrol station? I'm not sure if I've placed it in the city yet. But I do have a petrol station somewhere in here. It's not there. Where is the petrol station? Is that it? Nope. That is IKEA. Oh, I have actually placed it already. Where have I placed it? Because I would like to actually move it now. Ah, this is where it is. It's over here, which is absolutely rammed full of people. I didn't realize BP was such a tourist attraction. So in terms of the rentals, I'll put it over here, like underneath the railway bridge. I mean, not sunk into the ground that far, ideally. There we go. And then that's the BP garage. So you can fuel up on the way back or on the way into the city, which ideally we don't really want you to do. Because again, please take public transport. I'm also going to lower this because this feels really high. There we go. So it's a bit more gentle looking. And then also just realized, what would be the best way to create like a tram route? I suppose have it cut through here, go back through here, then maybe come up here. And then around here, this will be like a small little village. Something like Luton or Crawley was before the airport came. And this is where the tram shall terminate. So it'll be like an airport tram that we won't rip tourists off for wanting to use. Unlike Luton's DART system. Get this over here. Connect up a few more roads. And then make it be a bit more lower density as we come out to the village. I feel like that's pretty good. Get some tram roads. Tram roads with bike lanes, probably. 2-lane roads with tram tracks. Gonna use this, upgrade this main road over here. And then have the shuttle bus to actually deal with this zone over here and the main high street. It will do a one-way loop around this village. Terminate over there. Convert the other roads, which we don't need tram tracks on, back to actually not having tram tracks. Though in saying that, it would be ideal if this did actually turn into here. This is a really tight corner for a tram. You have the IKEA mods. I don't actually. Also, thanks for reminding me to actually district this zone. Because this needs a special district policy. Since it's an airport. Highland Square. Think of... what would be a good name? Can't really go with Luton. Actually, I might actually search and see what towns are nearby to Luton. And just yoink one of their names for this little village, and then that's what this airport can be called. So around Luton we have... Could go with Dunstable, could go with Slip End, Cradlington, Alley End, Alley Green, Markyate? You know what? I like the name Markyate. This is what that's going to be. Markyate Village, and this will be Markyate Airport for Leighbrook. Or should it be, hold on, Markyate Leighbrook City. There we go. Like London Luton. Doesn't make any sense, but Leighbrook Markyate City. There we go. Call it Leighbrook Airport. I don't have the IKEA mod, sadly. It was just on the bus in the underground. Oh, nice. What line was you on? Dinsford. I wanted to add in the suggestion. Could go with Dinsford. Leighbrook Dinsford Airport. I mean, it sort of sounds like an insult. You know, like if someone told you, oh yeah, land into Dinsford. And it's like, oh, you're such a Dinsford. Leighbrook Dinsford City. There we go. Okay, so do need to connect up the tram tracks. Just realised I haven't fully done that, so connect this up. Space is already occupied. I do not care though. Get this going through like that. Get the plaza. Actually, you know what? The plaza probably should go here instead. Now that I think about it. Get it over like that. Maybe like this. And then have the trams like go through it. Go back to actually connect up these. And tram only roads. Connect it up to the main street like this. Okay. Can't do that because that's in the way. Main street like that. Connect this up. I mean, I'm going to try and get this to be a straight line instead. It's going to be like that. And then get this to actually come over through like this. There we go. So that we have now this district. As you arrive into Binsford Airport. Sorry, Dinsford, not Binsford. The name is just going downhill. It's getting worse and worse. Yep, get Dinsford even. Actually, remove the traffic lights here because they're creating more problems than they're actually solving. That doesn't need to be traffic light controlled. Just get going. Okay, so now create a tram track. What has happened here? What on earth? Okay, actually connect that up to the rest of the network. This does also need to have a tram depot, I just realised. Or need to be connected to a tram depot, which is going to be very hard to actually connect up to the main city's tram depot. So I'm just going to connect it up like this, ideally, instead. There we go. So now there is a tram service that shall connect up to this new village. Or pretend like this is an existing village that is up here. I don't think there is the density to actually warrant like an entire tram service, but like I want an excuse to actually utilize all the modes in this little interchange point. Add in some more M5000s, or I might go actually for the City Addis tram. Leighbrook and Dinsford Essex International Airports. You know what? Yeah. Hold on. Binsford and... Wait, hold on. No. Binsford, Leighbrook, Essex International Airports for... Oh, we've reached the numerical limit. There we go. So there we go. Binsford, Leighbrook, Essex International Airport. Honestly, I should have also been able to throw in like a district. So Essex District International Airport. Sort of a bit mean because I'm actually going to keep this district as Dinsford's. But there was a miscommunication when they were constructing the airports, and this was always known as RAF Binsford. So now the airport is just Binsford International. Okay. Now, for the shuttle bus, so there'll be actual stops outside the airports, which will then pop into the bus station over here, before continuing on through this sort of office district, then cutting in through here, turning around over here. This will be a shuttle bus service, which doesn't really actually serve the hotels as much as ideally it should. Get that to wrap around over there. Then create also another shuttle service that just sort of goes up and down here. Or maybe that cuts through here actually and then comes through here. That then also serves the tram depot. Be able to make it so that they can U-turn here. There we go. So this will serve this hotel. Come down through here. Actually stop in here. Then stop outside the airport before stopping outside this hotel. Add in some more stops around here. Making sure proper coverage is achieved everywhere. Cutting through here before terminating around this cul-de-sac. And these shuttle services are going to be unique in the fact that they're actually going to use bendies. Get it to serve the bus station. Then the stops outside the bus station before continuing on over here. So this shuttle service will actually use the articulated polygon bus. It's not Studio Polygon before everyone gets hyper in chat. This is not an OMSI DLC. And then also this shall use some just generic double-deckers. Some Enviro 400 MMCs, I feel like. So one unique and special route, one just more generic. Now we need a Binsford on the complete other side of the map. Once we've expanded far enough. Yeah, actually have Binsford be like over here somewhere. And then create like a Binsford Air Express service. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to rename this line to Binsford Airport Express. Whilst also probably wanted to add in a local service eventually at some point. So now we've reached level 2, which is fantastic. Means we get some more airports, some bigger airports, wrong word there. What I actually meant to say was hotels. But we do also get to have bigger airports, that is true. Add in a hotel over here. Some nice fancy one. Copy and paste this a couple of times so we have some more. Which is over there. Lower that down a bit. Then also, just realised didn't add the district zoning policy of... Where is it? I want tourism. Or is it leisure? I can't remember which one it is that actually builds giant hotels. But there we go. So this is fantastic. Now we're going to have to add in... So I do actually want to add some other, terminals. So maybe it would be ideal to actually start demolishing some of this. But no, not going to do that just yet. Going to add in some of the medium-sized airports. What are these called? Stands? There we go. That's the word. Got there eventually. Get that over there. Again, this airport, very temporary. Get some... There we go. So it's very janky at the moment, but it will be replaced soon. You need a depot. I do have a depot. It's just on the other side of the city. It's very far away. So zone this for some more residential. Get this going. Some more high density commercial. Also, I do have... Where is it? I would also like to put a old church over here. Sort of as like a tourist attraction, but just to really emphasize the fact it is an old village, this. So have this be the focal point for where the tram terminates. Terminates over here with a great big cathedral, actually, almost. There we go. Center points of attraction. Let's also adding in... Don't want to add American apartments. Can always add in just rows of terraced housing. Do still have that. Where is it? What is this? Oh, this is a dock house. I feel like this would also be ideal to have around here. Just sorted to add to this aesthetic that we have going there. Tourism, make a new metro. I would, however, there isn't really the need for it. I'm not 100% certain on where the metro would go. I'm gonna zone in this as like just a commercial district. Because you can never have too much commercial in this game, I find, so just new commercial district. It's not really served by any public transport at the moment, but once it grows, it shall be. To add in a new metro, however, that is a good call, to be honest. It's just, right now, the city hasn't really grown too much. We sort of just focused on this airport district area, which is actually really, really busy, as we have the articulated polygon bus coming in over here. It would be great to have a, like, regional bus, probably. I mean, I don't really want it to, like, copy the express service. Metro Express to the airport, rivalry to the train. I don't want to do an Elizabeth Line and Piccadilly Line situation with TfL right here, but with that being said, I guess it doesn't hurt to expand. Although, do I have... Oh, I do have the elevated Metro Airport station. That would be fantastic to just have here, plonked on the sides. An actual competitor, because it's taking you directly to the terminal. I do want to do that. But it is somewhat hard to actually... what does this need actually to upgrade? Also get hotels discounts. There we go. Need some more attractiveness, so I'm going to put some hangars down. I am also going to expand the terminal so that there is... So I can put the metro. And the metro, I'm actually going to make it duck in under here, and it will follow this dual carriageway. Maybe start a scheme to blend the city together. Airport move a metro station that will never open. Look, okay, we're not going to do a Germany where we have just like an airport terminal under construction for what, like 10, 20 years and just never open it. But then also, that does sound like a lot of fun, so I am very tempted. Is there a way of actually sneaking this? Oh, there isn't. That's unfortunate. Okay, get this to come in through here. Ah, that's complaining about colliding with that now. Oh, don't be complaining about the power. Now's not the time to have a power cut. Oh dear. Okay, maybe make it a bit more curved. So that's... Okay, that's just horrendous. There we go. So that over here we can add in... Okay, we aren't producing enough power. So gonna try solve that with some offshore wind generation. There we go. That should be enough for now. Coming back to over here, we're going to add in the metro station, the elevated metro station. Like in Belgium. This is the best game since SimCity Classic. This is very true, actually. I do agree with that. Hats off to what's it, Colossal Order for actually managing to make a really good sequel to SimCity 4, honestly. Okay, that's over there. Oh, but it's finally level 5, so... Not level 5, level 3. So now what I can do is just demolish everything, start again pretty much. Just demolish all of this, because I want to redesign this airport completely. Okay, so... Leighbrook... Wait, sorry, Binsford International Airport. It's going to get a complete redesign. What is going to happen to it is... So, firstly, to get to the taxiways, I actually want them to run parallel to this, to the runway. Get it running like that down the runway. but then also actually get it flipped around. Okay, so in terms of the actual airport layout, so we'll have the main terminal be alongside the road like this. It will be like that, follow over here. I kind of want to make it symmetrical, so I'm going to have to... Oops, not... I don't want to demolish that terminal. Again, nope. So that is 2470. So 24... Okay, there we go, 2470. And then make this curve around like this. So that it's... So it's like that, so it's pretty big. And then we'll have some more terminals out here. One over there. And then one over here. Before then connecting this up to there it is. I mean, this is going to be really hard to actually get to duck down into the airport space, but I feel like no, I can't really. Gonna have to move this hotel out of the way. So move it onto the other side of the road. Move this as well, because again, I kind of want to keep symmetry. To have that like that. I'm gonna have a metro shuttle service, and then have all the small-sized stands be sort of here in the middle, with the medium ones on the outside and then larger ones here. So I'll have 1, 2, and 3 for now because I'm broke. But then also have a few like this of the larger ones. Is this costing money? This is, so for now, gonna turn it off. Hopefully save up some more money. It's called City Skylines 1. It's open, so it's all fine. Oh, that is very true, actually. To be fair, they did finally open it. Tell us all planes to slam into nothing. Place wind turbines in the village. I do actually plan on doing that. Although, it does remind me, should actually place down a police station. Since this is a high crime area, it's, you know, international borders and whatnot. Actually going to move this around so it's a bit more central. There we go, get this going like this, and maybe push this back a bit. Because what I would love to do is then also place some models like this, I'd say. Then maybe push this back again as well. So that the taxiway for this runway, get it like that. And then get another one that comes off like this and then continues straight on pretty much over there. And then continues around. Although to be fair, you don't really see curved taxiways. So that's not really what I want to do. Do like that. Although it is also, it does look aesthetically pleasing having it curve around like this. If a bit wasteful, space-wise. Have this continue on over there, and then it's straight across. There'll be some more small stands over here. And then in these spaces we can place some planes and some more some hangars. Also, see you, Crazy. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, we have 188 grand. Gonna add in some more terminals. Oops. Oh, this is throwing a massive hissy fit. That's very close to that terminal over there. But that should be fine, I hope. Ideally. Then also, now finishing off the taxiway, actually. So I, again, do ideally want it to be... I kind of want to push that up so it's more straight. There you go, like that. Finish this taxiway by coming up over here, connecting this up like that. So you land here and then come around this system to come through to here. I mean, I shall also add in... Actually, I was going to say add in more taxiways, but get in the smaller stands. I do wonder... I can probably put more in. So I'm going to put in some more closer together over here. Before moving on to the medium-sized stands over here. To curve around as so. And then that shall continue on like that. And then this will be basically the layout of this airport. Very grand. Place some large hangars dotted around. Create a cut through to go from here, from down here over to straight here to connect up these two taxiways. What you did with your large planes was make a different terminal and make it all accessible by metro, which is actually sort of what I am doing as well, yeah. Although that does remind me, I haven't connected up the metro, and this is going to be the most painful part of this. Because this is elevated, and I need it to duck down. Okay, it's complaining about the slope, it's complaining about the space being occupied, because I put a police station down. So duck this down underground. I mean, ideally without... Okay, I guess I do have to demolish that building. Right, if I must, connect this up like this, and then from here it shall go into the city. So this will be like a sort of metro local service, almost. It will have to, I mean, I feel like this is very bold, having a metro actually cross over the runway like this. Think you'll need a fire station? You are right, I actually would. Again, this is another one of those things I just sort of overlooked, unfortunately. This is complaining about not being in the airport area, which it has a point, but I don't want to put it into the airport area because then it just flattens the land here, which I don't want it to do. Fire helicopter depot, actually, yeah, that is a good point. However, that is expensive. It's 170,000, so we're gonna have a small little UK fire station for now. Look, okay, we have budget constraints. This is all we can afford. So going back to the airport area, placing some more decorative planes. We'll have some smaller ones parked up over here. Since this is where the small planes are, their stands are. Get some more spaces. There we go. Then also get one more in the center, hopefully, if it allows me. There we go. So I have one nicely in the center. Connect those up. Then I also have a mod. Where is it? It's like a pavement. Where is it? This, I think. There we go. So it's all concrete, pretty much, along with over here, because that's what airports are. They're just... There's no green around them. There we go. So this is the airport area. Slowly expanding it. There we go. Place some larger planes over here. Some A380s and 747s. There we go. I mean, it would also be... There we go. 747, and oh, that's also another 747. I think this... No, that's also a 747. Move this over like that, just so that there aren't any gaps where there aren't concrete. Put in some medium planes over here. See, so some like over there. Also, just realised, been pasting the same plane all over the place. So I'm going to change it up because I don't want the same plane being spammed everywhere. There we go. There we go. So this is like a cargo area. Maybe you should make a playthrough on trying to make London in CS1 or CS2 when it comes out. Place it in the hangar, move it. Oh, you know what? You do make a good point, actually. That would be... What I'm going to do is... I'm probably going to take one of these. There you go. So that this is also in the hangar. And then place some other hangars, like, around the place. Use and move it. For example, here... The game wouldn't normally allow me to place a hangar, but I'm pretty certain with move it, it fits. Yeah, that works. Then copy and paste this 747 to place it inside here. Move that a bit more so it's a bit more central like that, so you can just see the nose of it popping out. Again, remove all the areas of green. Those aren't actually necessarily needed at the moment. I'll actually use a bigger tool for that. There we go. So now we have this area. Oh yeah, would be ideal if I actually zoned in this village as well. They don't have any water at the moment. Whoops. I mean, like, I know it's a village, but I don't want to be taking them back to the medieval times. That's just cruel. This tram probably... Yeah, five residents using it. It's not really busy. No one wants to use it. But our buses, airport shuttle is fine. Yeah, they're doing decently. The airport express, it's also not too bad. But with that being said, I feel like this will be a good spot to actually leave this episode because I have been going on for a bit longer than usual. So I do thank everyone for making it this far, if you have made it this far. If you're new here, do be sure to be subscribed because I do stream City Skylines every single week, along with some other content such as OMSI 2, Transport Fever, OpenTTD, City Bus Manager. So if any of those things are your cup of tea, subscribe. If you enjoy City Skylines, subscribe with notifications to be notified when I do go live. But with that being said, do be sure to leave this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your night. Afternoon, evening,